And hello, guys. Welcome to the Watchtower.
Woo!
I know most of you guys stuck around since Anime Super Chat was just like 30 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you guys, most of you are still here. And you want to introduce yourself, just in case we got new people?
Yeah, okay. Just in case you guys got new people, I guess I'm gonna have to introduce myself, and I want to start off with holla at your boy. It's me, Daniel, aka Gaptooth Warrior, aka Battlestar Galactica, and to my left is the Master of Ceremonies, the man, the myth, the legend. If you want to go on an epic journey, epic adventure, well then you need nowhere to search but the journey himself, Ernie.
I'm Journey. Yes.
That's it.
What's up, guys?
That's it. Just like to give a big intro, And you
guys, you're the perfect hype man, man.
You guys are watching the Watchtower. You guys have to understand exactly what the Watchtower is. If you don't understand, it's where the JLA pretty much kick it, and they take care of the world. Well, we're in the Watchtower, and we're pretty much watching all the shows.
The DC shows.
Yeah, pretty much.
On CW.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then probably once Black Lightning comes out, and then the movie comes out, we're going to cover everything DC.
Oh, yeah. We'll be giving you a lot of DC-like stuff. As the film comes closer, we'll be giving you a lot of spoilers. Pretty much, we may just break down the whole film for you. Who knows? Yeah. But we'll be doing with that.
Let's say hi to the chat. So we got Carlos back in the house. You got Kat. What's up, girl? You got Zach. What's up, Zach?
Hey.
We got Jalen Glover up in the house.
That's right.
And yes, I do have a Facebook, Jalen.
Yeah.
Anna. What's up, Anna? Oh, good. Wait, we got two Annas. We got Anna Mudge and Anna Miles.
Hey, what's up, Anna and Anna?
Anna.
Double A.
We have Alan.
Triple A.
Yeah, Alan Calvillo, and I hope I said that right. And I think that wraps it up. Yeah, that's. Oh, and Panther 7.
Oh, hey, what's going on? New people.
Yeah, new people.
I love that.
That's great. So welcome to our show. We're going to be talking about DC stuff.
Yes.
Guys, make sure you hit that like button. That does us a favor. That knows how many people dropped by and said hi. We also got Tom Craven.
Hey, what's up, man?
Iron Chef Cheesesteak. Oh, crap. That makes me hungry.
What is that?
Iron Chef Steak.
Iron Chef Cheesesteak. Yeah.
It makes me hungry.
Yeah.
I love that.
There's a pretty good cheesesteak place over there around like USC.
USC?
It's like across the street. It's not that great, but if you're like, you want a cheesesteak and you want to wait forever trying to go all the way over there, like there's a really good place hidden away like in Venice Beach, but you gotta like find it. I don't know. It's weird. But if you don't want to do all that, right across the street from USC.
All for a cheesesteak. All for a cheesesteak.
I will go for a Philly cheesesteak.
You know who has a good Philly cheesesteak?
Who?
Freaking Jersey Mike's.
Oh, they do actually.
They
do, the Big Kahuna.
Yes.
Woo!
So good.
I love it.
We're talking about food. We're supposed to be talking about DC. I'm sorry. We get sidetracked that way.
Anyway, yeah. So speaking of DC, let's get right into it. We do know that there's going to be a big crossover. There always is. And the crossover they're saying is supposed to actually focus or start from Arrow. So we're going to talk about Arrow first, but just in case you didn't know, it's going to be like Crisis on Infinite Earths, blah, blah, yada, yada.
And the wedding.
And the wedding.
It's supposed to have the wedding.
That's right.
We hear there's going to be a wedding.
I wonder, and I'm speculating, in this Crisis on Infinite Earth, are they going to do the whole thing where Infinite Crisis is where Supergirl died.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's bad.
No, see, exactly. But I wonder, are they going to go for that? Are they going to do that? Are they going to... If they play it right, they can make a lot of people happy. No, not even the death thing. I'm skipping that. I'm saying if CW and DC do it right, they can bring back Brandon Routh as the Superman, and they can bring back what's his name, who's playing Ray Palmer, as a Superman. Because think about it. They did this one thing where they did a throwaway line on the crossover where he saw Supergirl and he said, that's weird. Kind of looks like my cousin.
Yeah.
He said that. And I'm like, okay, so they're playing with it and they're poking at us. If they have an alternate Earth where all of a sudden he is Superman, but then they have
Brandon Routh?
Yeah, then they have Brandon Routh and Superman.
And the other guy from Smallville, right?
Yeah, the Smallville Superman. And then after that, they have that car. There's 3 different Supermans, but it's Crisis on Infinite Earths. That would be the dopest thing they could do. Now, if they make that happen, I'm in.
They have to step it up on this crossover because I got to say, I was a little disappointed from the alien invasion from last season.
Oh, man.
I love the concept, how you're grabbing all 4, back to back, big extravaganza. I loved it. But something about aliens and abducting us and putting shit in our... I didn't feel like this isn't superhero enough. It's like, give us a villain or something epic.
But these were villains from the comic. And these are villains that also, like, later we did see on, like, for a lot of people, Young Justice.
Yeah.
They pretty much were, like, kind of, like, interpolations of those exact things. So that was pretty cool, but you're right. I wanted a villain. I wanted something that was like, oh, this is big and huge. We didn't get that.
Yeah. But you're right. I would love to see different versions of Superman, and I would love to see Brandon Routh again instead of Adam play. Superman.
Exactly.
Funny story. You're probably gonna hate me for this, but when I talked to him in Paley Fest,
okay,
I actually asked him. I was like, dude, it's like, isn't it weird that you're in the same universe as Superman? You were Superman, and you're not Superman anymore. What if, for some reason, there's some crazy, twisty crisis and like movements of like universes, and you get to play Superman again? Would you want to? And he's like, hell yeah, I would love to get back in that suit.
That is dope.
And I was like, oh shit, guys, let's make this happen.
Yeah, right.
Like, I hope it happens, because then I'll be like, oh shit, I got the exclusive.
You pretty much wrote it. Right,
I pretty much wrote.
You wrote it, and I wonder if they were like, yeah, we could do this, or if they're like, no.
We're gonna steal that kid's idea.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they could.
Let's grab Brandon Routh, the Superman actor that we already have in our stock, and put him in Superman again.
It's Greg Berlanti. He was sitting there listening like, gayness. Write it down. It's happening. It's like, oh, it's a real thing. And he's like, I didn't have to pay anyone a dime. That could have been it. Just like that.
I liked him. I liked him as Superman. He wasn't the best Superman, but he was up there. He's like my top three. Top three Superman. Top 3 Superman. Shut up. Let's talk about Arrow.
All right, anyway.
Let's talk about Arrow.
So Arrow happened. All right, so that's it. We talked about Arrow. That was it. That was good.
We'll be honest. We didn't watch Arrow.
We didn't watch Arrow this week. There's a lot of TV to watch. A lot of TV, and unfortunately, we didn't get to what we
I'm gonna catch up. I'll catch up to it, and we will cover what's going on with Arrow next week. But
yeah, I'm just gonna say what I guess happened is there's a new villain. He doesn't have a bow and arrow, but he has a way of knowing who Arrow is already. There you guys go. I didn't even see it, and I promise you, we probably got that info. So, moving on.
Moving on. So, what's
Is the chat room getting mad at me already? Is that...
I don't think that a lot of people would be upset about not talking about Arrow.
Because I don't think any of you guys watch it either. Come on, tell me.
But I mean, it's important to cover because it's going to wrap up during the crossover, so we want to keep you guys updated.
Exactly.
So we'll update you next week about Arrow.
I mean, it's called the Arrowverse for a reason right now at the moment. And it's
That's true. It all started off. I still like Arrow. It's just it's not up in my list.
I dig the character. I'm just not digging the show anymore.
It's been longer than all the other shows.
Yeah, and it's ran its course.
And it's the closest thing we're gonna get right now to Batman.
Yeah, it is true.
Apart from Gotham,
but and I gotta say honestly, Robbie is dope as F. I mean, wait, is it Robbie Amell or the other? It's the other Amell. Which one Amell is?
Stephen Amell.
Stephen Amell is dope, and I don't know what. The guy himself, like, he dedicated himself to the role. He loves the show so much. Signed on an executive producer to make sure the show keep continuing to go on. He answers fan letters and goes to the writer's room with fans' concerns. He loves the show. Like, he really does. Fan letters mean a lot to him. And he'll go into the writer's room and yell at Berlanti, like, fans want this. This is not what they want. They want this. And... like, the guy is a fanboy, and it's great to see a fanboy at the helm of a show because he will fight for what we want. And he tried to fight to make sure that he was on, like, the whole JLA thing. And they said no, but he even tried to do a whole letter campaign too. So he's a fanboy, and he became a fanboy just because it was the role. And he didn't start off loving Green Arrow. He said he was a Batman guy. But then he just started out loving Green Arrow, and, he's a nice guy too, so... I mean, congratulations. I don't want to poop on him. I just don't like the show. That's it.
But we'll move on to the next show, which we're actually excited to talk about.
Yes.
You actually like
Legends. I love the show, not this episode.
Really?
Okay, so P.T. Barnum is the... It's kind of weird because, in a way, P.T. Barnum was the villain of the episode.
Who's P.T. Barnum?
P.T. Barnum is the guy, Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Yeah.
P.T. Barnum.
Okay.
That's it.
What's so special about this guy?
Well, P.T. Barnum is kind of like that whole thing of, a sucker is born every minute, blah, blah, which they do a whole thing where they say P.T. Barnum would have never said that because he would never insult his customers. It was interesting. They made sure to say that on there. But P.T. Barnum is a shyster, and with that he has his freak shows and all that other stuff that happens with the circus. So he happens to have an aberration, and his aberration was a freaking saber-toothed tiger. And with the fact that he had a saber-toothed tiger, we have to stop the aberration, which I get it. But I'm going to skip some parts because I just want to get right into the meat of the episode. There were things that we did see, things that were cool, things that we want to make sure that we do discuss. What we did see was that apparently the legends, you never want to get them drunk because they will tell you everything. They got drunk. They told P.T. Barnum every little bit of everything. Oh, yeah, I can turn into metal. Look. He turns into metal in front of them while they're drinking. Oh, I can, when I high-five my old friend, we turn into a fire guy. And I can shrink things. Watch this. And he shrinks the the saber-toothed tiger. Like, I'm like, you guys need to not drink anymore. That's the one thing. The only person that can drink is the fire dude. He's the one that should not.
Rory?
Yeah. The one that the psycho. He's the only one that should be able to drink because the rest of them, they can't hold their liquor. And so that's what happens. They F it up when they were just trying to go ahead and just steal the saber-toothed tiger. They end up being idiots. So with that being the case, he capitalizes on it. Takes what's his name, the fire dude, and
Rory.
Not Rory. The mechanic. What's his name?
Crap.
I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about, guys. I can say it because I am the black.
Yeah, Spitfire. No, not Spitfire. I'm thinking, crap. What am I?
Firestorm.
It's on Firestorm.
The other half of Firestorm, not Victor Garber, but the other one. So
I can't believe I forgot his
not
name
the professor, but the other one. Yeah. So anyway,
I should have fixed the glitch. Yeah, it was skipping for a bit.
Yeah.
It should have. I think I fixed it.
I think we fixed it. I think we should
cool.
be good. So there was him, and then there was also Ray. They end up locked up, and he's like, P.T. Barnum says, I'm going to use you guys as my main attraction. Of course, now we got to get them out. Meanwhile, what's happening inside the ship is the cool thing.
Oh.
Because inside the ship, by now, they find out that they were being spied on by the Time Agency again.
Oh,
Rip
God.
doesn't trust them. And
Is it Rip?
Well, Rip runs it all. He's the one that created it.
Yes, he might run it, but the thing is, he's starting an agency with different levels and tiers, and like, it doesn't mean this is specifically Rip that doesn't trust him. It might be his there was that chick, right?
The chick, yeah.
It might be her.
See, the thing is, but she said, he sent me here, but she's only there to pick up the other guy who was spying on them, and the other guy was spying on them maybe because of her. You're right.
Because
maybe she said.
Because remember, Rip put these people together for a reason. And of course, after everything they've been together.
But on the last episode, he said that they should have been disbanded, and they're horrible. He referred to him like as a freaking chainsaw. Okay, and that's the only reason he's keeping them around, so they can fight whatever the big bad is of this season. That's the only reason he's letting them still run around town. And he even said, even though I'm going to let them run around town, I want you guys to keep a close eye on them. So if they mess up, you guys can clean it up.
Yeah.
But let them keep going through. Like, that's... So it kind of is the
okay. So in a way,
the company or whatever you want to call it, the Time Agency.
Yeah.
You know. But so we did get introduced to that guy. He was kind of funny.
The one that got captured.
Yeah, the one that got captured, and when she cocked the gun, and he was telling the whole, that they're doing really great, and well, if there's any problem, you can. Everything's fine. He was just that was good. That was good. I love that. I thought he's gonna be the new guy, probably a liaison. I thought that's what was gonna happen. He'll stay, he'll be their liaison, and blah blah, and then so every once in a while
he's just gonna be comedic relief at that point.
But it's still fine. Just leave him on. But nope, that's not happening. Dude, I gotta say the chick from the agency, I did not think she could fight.
I don't think Rip will put anybody in that team that can't fight.
Makes sense. Well, I mean, then the guy himself got captured. He couldn't fight.
You don't know.
You don't know. You
don't know that.
Oh my God.
Maybe he only fights bad guys, and he knows they're not bad guys. He's just there to spy on them because he thinks they're stupid and children.
Okay.
Because that's basically what they kind of are.
True.
They're all pretty stupid.
But I mean, everything that was happening on the ship was the cool part for me. Like all that whole thing about the conversation they were having about what the agency, what she sees the agency as versus what the agency actually is. I love that whole thing. That back and forth was really great. But she could fight and literally held her own against someone who's trained under the League of Assassins. That's dope. What would happen in the chat?
No, I agree with Carlos. Honestly, the most sane person there is Rory.
He is.
Even though they say he's a crazy one, but the thing is, he's down to earth with everything. He's honest. He's down to earth, and he's like, you know what?
Smart enough to stay away from clowns. We learned that on this episode, dude. That was so good.
I would not
him
expect,
and the professor.
I would not expect.
Go save Ray and the other one, and he was like, "Oh, no, all right, Professor, you got this. I'm gonna go." And he walked up, and he was like, "What? Yeah, clowns." And he just ran off. All right, so he probably is the most sane, because if you're insane, you don't have a fear of clowns. That's all I'm saying, guys. I think anyone that has a healthy fear of clowns, you're a smart person.
I love clowns.
Really?
I'm not scared of them.
Oh God, I just don't. There's something so wrong about them.
They're fine. I mean, they're just people.
It depends on the type of clown for me.
Makeup kind of.
Yeah, it does. If you do the Pennywise.
Do you find Pennywise
not
scary?
Really?
Okay, so
really. I mean, every time I see Pennywise, I see the
American Horror
that
Story.
dance.
That
American Horror Story thing is not okay for me.
That's not okay.
That
for
mouth.
Oh, that's not okay for you.
No. It's what you see is this cool child thing, and then here goes this mouth, and you're like, well, that mouth is only made for eating. Literally, it's not made for smiling, or it's made for eating. And I don't want to be eaten by that mouth. That's all I'm saying. It's just like, no, I wouldn't be down for it. Pennywise, until he in that weird mouth of his, and you're like, oh my God.
I just find it weird how usually like the people you wouldn't expect to be afraid of clowns are afraid of clowns.
Right. I don't have a fear. I don't. Creepy clowns are things that they're creepy clowns. That's why I'm like, okay, I don't like creepy clowns, but
dude, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I love that movie.
No, that movie is kind of funny though. I do love that movie.
It's golden.
Okay, maybe I'm not. But fine. So that was a good moment for me. Another good moment I feel on the show was, if I can really think about it,
how about that fight on the ship?
Well, that's what I'm talking about with the
actual fighting.
The actual fighting was dude. So out of all the CW shows, and this is where Ernie said it. Or, in fact, you can say it. You can say it.
Out of all the CW shows, Legends has the best fighting. I mean, I know Arrow. Yes, he fights.
Yes, he does. He does do well.
But it gets repetitive, and it's usually very short-clipped, and it's mostly all martial arts.
Well,
and then pretty much
usually it's
in Flash
one hit like this, and then he'll turn around, and then he has his bow, and turns around and hits you again, and then he uses the bow, and then after that, that's about it.
But they're usually quick clips of the fight. And just like simple martial arts are all the same.
Amell does do his own stunts, but
all
it's like they're not requiring too much of you.
And then Flash,
clearly you're like I'm top heavy, and this is how I fight, not kick or whatever. Flash, come on,
Flash is just run, punch, and like the occasional smart way of defeating the enemy.
And then there's
Supergirl is stupid.
Let's preface it. Then there's the worst fighting scenes in DC on CW, which is
Supergirl.
Come on, guys.
The worst fighting.
I'm telling you, it's really
terrible.
Bad. Really bad. She always, you can see the wire cable fly down, punch, and then after that, she gets hit and flies across, and then after that, that's about it. And the punches sometimes barely don't even land.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, and then all of a sudden here she's like,
it's such wide swinging. It's like watching like middle schoolers fight in those like World Star videos.
But see, that's
what it reminds me of.
But that's the problem though, is because remember,
it's like I'm watching World Star
fight while she's wearing the wires. You can't really, your range of motion is kind of stuck, and then also sometimes the wires are in front of you, so you have to do a swing like this. You can't. Because your hands hit the wires.
Now explain the fighting on the floor. Do you remember last season when she fights Superman? They were on the floor. They were on the floor.
No, but
they were punching each other. But they were swinging.
But then they would do that scenes where it's like boom, and then when someone gets hit, they always fly off.
No, they weren't. Not during the water fountain.
Oh, in the water fountain. That's right.
But they're still super wide swinging, and I'm like, this is so lame. So the reason why Legends has the best fighting scene is because it's a mixture of everything.
Yes,
you have the awesome gunfighting that usually comes from like Rip or from
yeah.
like Rory. Then you have the fantasy one, which is comes from Flash.
Yeah,
and that's like Firestorm.
Firestorm, you know, he flies and shoots and throws his like explosions around, and the pyrotechnics on the show are really great. That's why it's like they chose him as a person to do all the special stuff, because he's like, all right, throw it down and pyrotechnics. Boom! And you're like, damn, okay, this is great. Yeah. And then every once in a while you have the teacher dude or whatever, the historian.
Oh, the metal
Steel. And but the thing is, his fights aren't bad either. Even though he does the Stephen Amell thing.
He doesn't know martial arts.
No, he's top heavy and he's metal, but he doesn't do this. He goes. You know, he does I throw a really good hit. And it's like, okay, you're throwing a good hit.
Then you got your Iron Man. Iron Man, which is kind of fights the same way, which is Adam.
Yep.
And and then you have your two martial artists, which is pretty much White Canary and Vixen.
Yes.
And like it's a good mixture of everything. And great choreography too.
Yeah. And her fights, or what's her name's fights? Well, Vixen's are pretty okay, but I love White Canaries. White Canaries, and dude, I love it because she does a lot of her own stunts. Yeah. So they get to keep the camera in close, and that means every time they pair her against someone, that actor has to learn how to fight, and that's the best part, because when they do those little interviews like things, and they always explain, I learned so much having to fight her on this scene. Like, it's so dope. And they learn how to throw a punch, they learn how to take one, they learn how to fall and flip and everything. Like, your game steps up when you have to fight against Laurel. And it's so good. Oh, Sarah, that's right. Laurel's
Laura's Black Canary.
Yeah. So, but I mean, when you have to fight the White Canary, it's such a good fight. And the fight on the ship was just that good. When they break out their little baton things and they start going for it, man, it was good. It was a good fight, and I love it. But we also learned that the reason Vixen had to go back to the 40s and couldn't stay in 2017 was because she happened to see that her granddaughter was here in our time.
Yeah.
And Rip told her if she stays, then her granddaughter won't exist. And we always know Vixen is not a selfish individual. She's not going to be like, well, okay, well, I guess she just won't exist.
Who does she hook up with to have her granddaughter?
That's still the question.
Because she has a thing with Steel, right?
Yeah. Huh. So I'm wondering, like, did she? Is that?
Yes,
but she goes to Africa. I don't know.
He is a historian. He loves time.
He is. He can go all around time. Maybe at one time he says, "Fine, just drop me off there," and that's when he leaves the show and he leaves with her. And then they have a little Derek Jeter, in a Rachel Kid.
Maybe.
So it can happen. It can happen. I'm thinking that may be the case.
Probably.
See, and that's not bad. Go Yankees. Dodgers are doing well. But anyway, I'm sorry. I have to represent both sides. Yeah. But that's pretty much what's going on in the show, and that was cool. Then we have our button scene where it's somewhere in Africa, and this kind of witch woman brings up some woman out of the water who I believe is supposed to be Vixen's sister, and pretty much recruits her. So that happens. I think we're having a little bit of a...
Yeah.
We're fixing it right now. Give us a second, and come on, wait. Oh, we're moving. Wait, nope. Are we okay?
We'll continue to.
Okay. Anyway,
to put a button scene.
Yeah. So the button scene happens. She raises up out of water and brings her back to life, and hey, now she's there. So we'll probably see Vixen again for a little bit. I mean, she's still on the Wave Rider or whatever that is right now. So I think we'll be seeing her for a little bit more, probably at least to finish her mid-season arc, and then we won't see her again. That's my theory. What do you think? Any theories? Before we move on to Supergirl, any theories about?
Not at the moment. I'm just. They talked about this villain that's going to be coming out soon, and they're not scared whatsoever.
That scene was good.
They're like, come on, we fought bigger, more scarier stuff than that.
We fought an Egyptian demigod, and we also fought a speedster who ultimately became a god because he had the Spear of Destiny and recreated, like he shaped time in his own image. So existence in his own image. So I'm thinking we can take on whoever this new guy is.
I think we're good. We're fine. Bad guys, whatever it comes on, bring it on.
Man. Bring it on. And I like that because the truth of the matter is they're these kind of rogues themselves, and they're ready to take on anybody as long as they know the truth is, they'll win. So with that being the case, I guess it's time to move on to the next show.
Boom. Supergirl.
There it is. The worst fighting scenes. But still a pretty good show. This episode I don't feel was that great. Rating wise, I'm not giving it the best. And maybe I'm going to be kind of harsh and maybe people are going to hurt me, but we did speak to Sarah before. And she did say... Hold on. We did speak to Sarah before.
Go for it.
And yeah, we did speak to Sarah before, and going over that, Sarah did say, as far as her rating for this episode called Triggers, she gave it a 2.5 out of 5, and I agree with her. I do agree with her, and we want to know what you guys think in the chat. So if you guys can tell us. Oh, Sarah, that's a good question.
I just realized she wasn't sitting here.
Wow. You just realized she wasn't
shit, don't tell her that. Don't tell her that. Oh, crap.
Sarah's busy. Very busy. She's a very busy person.
Oh, of course.
And she had something to do called Haim. Anybody know what that band is? Yeah, that's what Sarah is.
Wait,
Haim. It's a female band.
Haim?
Yeah. H-A-I-M.
L'chaim?
No, not L'chaim.
Or like Hyman.
Haim. Haim, or some people call it Haim, because, it's like H-A-I-M. They're a girl band, and it's like they're really good. Really good. Like, you should check them out, actually, because, you're a musician. You check them out. You're going to like it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you will. You will. Their work, as far as, like, their string work, it's really interesting. Really good. Accomplished musicians. Anyway, moving on. Supergirl. This episode was called Triggers. We got introduced to a very interesting villain.
Tell us about the villain.
Well, the villain is Psy. P-S-I. That's what they call her. You guys that are current or consistent watchers on anything that's on the CW,
Super chat.
Wait a minute. Before I continue, I think we have something important here. I think we have a freaking super chat. And who is it? Who gave us the super chat?
We got one from Tom Craven.
Oh my God, Tom, what's up?
Says, I like the fact CW did that Vixen special so everyone could catch up before they were introduced to Kuwasa into Legends. And still Bawana Beast cameo.
Yeah. That's actually very true. If you guys don't know, Vixen, they did an animated kind of series. Now, the thing is, that series was it's about a year old now. But they did this whole thing where they aired it on the CW. I'm kind of pissed because they didn't advertise that they were going to air it. And I'm kind of like, what was that? You guys set it up to fail. But it was an animated animated show that had like little bits. They were like probably 5-7 minutes. But when you put it all together, it was about roughly a whole hour of season 1 and 2. And it was really good. And DC Animated did it. They were at the helm, so Berlanti was still connected to it. But so was, what's his name that runs DC Animated? Tim, whatever his name is. But it was really good. I loved it. It was voiced by almost everyone on DC. Amell, Grant Gustin, Cisco did his parts. A lot of people were, and they played their counterparts. They did their voices for it. It was really good. The art was amazing. The story was good. It gave you a real good introduction to Vixen. If you guys don't have like cable on demand or something like that, go ahead and download the CW's app called CW Seed. You'll be able to watch it there. Yes, there will be commercials, but you'll be able to watch it there, and it's really good. Moving on.
Psy.
Supergirl, Psy. Now, the thing is with Psy, she's pretty interesting. Some of you may recognize her if you ever watch anything on the CW, namely Jane the Virgin. That's right. That's where you'll recognize her from. She is what's her name's kind of like counterpart villain, Lex Luthor kind of thing for Jane the Virgin. That's why I was like, I kept looking like, how do I recognize her? How do I recognize her? Then I read Sarah's notes, and that's why I was like, I know where I know her from, because Sarah wrote it. Jane the Virgin. And that was really good.
She's good at just recognizing people.
She is. She's really good. Well, I was going to go Google and say who was the casting. You could have figured that out. But anyway, definitely. She played a role very well. The thing is with Psy was like she's a psychic. Well, not psychic, but...
No, she's psychic.
Yeah, well, okay.
Well, in the comics, she might be different, but...
yeah, no, that's it. That's probably
here, she was a psychic. I mean, she goes up against Supergirl, but and the thing is, she's, like, making everybody
fear.
Feel fear.
Yeah.
And when you have the next best psychic that we know try to go up against her, which is Martian
that was so
Manhunter.
dope. That's so dope because in the comic, he's supposed to be the
most
strongest
powerful,
mind. Yeah, the most strongest psychic you'll ever meet. And yet, she pwned him in a few seconds remotely because he was like, all right, fine. I'll go ahead. She's like,
give me a second. Okay,
he's gone. I was like, dude, that was so good because he came at her and she was like, she looked at Supergirl and was like, all right, I'm still going to give you this fear. And while I'm holding you still with the whole fear thing, I'm taking care of him at the same time? I was like, how is that? She was that good. And yep, she took care of him. He dropped down. He's like, oh my God. That was a moment to remember. Yeah. That was a really good moment to remember. Yeah.
And but the thing is, like, that fight was the moment where I realized that just Supergirl has terrible fight scenes because it annoyed me so much how, like, when she went up against her in the parking lot. She landed a hit on her and hit her against the car, and then Supergirl stood there, let her get up. Walk up to her and then mind blast her.
Yep.
And then she went down. And I'm like, okay, during that whole entire time, you could have walked up to her, punched her maybe like 1 or 2 more times, and then apprehended her. But no, like she just stood there and let it happen. When by the way, Supergirl and Superman are supposed to be like just as fast as the Flash.
Yep.
And yet,
well, dude,
you let something like that happen. Like,
see, you have to remember, the mind is a powerful weapon, and it's like the most strongest muscle in your whole body. And it can, I mean,
and she should use her own mind to realize I should have let her use her powers before she hits me.
She paralyzed her with
No, she was not paralyzed. After she punched Sai into the car, she gave Sai time to stand up, walk like 5 steps towards her, and then use her powers. When I'm like, during that whole entire time, you could have ran at her and tackled her against the car again.
Why even run after? If I was Supergirl, I would have literally maimed her. Not killed her, but I would have maimed her. I would have used my heat vision and bow. I'm going straight for your kneecap. Once you're down, you're not gonna have the focus to
even if Supergirl didn't want to hurt her at that point, like she shouldn't have given her those 5-10 seconds to be able to get back up after that punch and use her powers again. She already knew what her powers were capable of, but she still let her get up and walk closer to her and use her powers.
It is true.
Like, it's so weak. Like, this annoys me when they do that kind of stuff.
Oh my God!
This annoys me.
Sarah even said that like physics are hard to pull on in TV and movies. It always looks silly when they jump forward at someone shooting their powers. Supergirl did just that, and it was really bad. And I'm like, yeah, that goes along with what we're saying. Those fight scenes are really, really bad on Supergirl, and it's not the best thing. It's not the best. But moving on from just focusing on that, we gotta kind of dig into the characters. Now, we know that, of course, now the Catco is owned now by Lena, right? Or whatever, Lena Luthor. There she is. Go ahead and bring her up. Because Lena Luthor. That's the thing.
She's so pretty.
Like, she is. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. And this is going to be the moment where we wish Sarah was here because she would stop me from saying this, but she's not. So, my God, how hot is she?
She's pretty. She has this strong, feminine.
Oh, I love it.
But she's not at that level where Kat Gratton was.
No,
she's
not
scary.
old.
She's that perfect level of I'm a strong woman.
I'm assertive. I'm strong-willed and also strong-minded. And the thing is, I can back it up because my level of intelligence and my power actually runs well with it. And wait. We have we're talking about Supergirl, so let's go ahead and talk about this. Super Chat from Larry Newbill.
My boy.
Oh my God, D&E. That's what we are right here. That's what we are. So we're running the show, man. Thank you. We appreciate it. We love the support. Remember, guys, if you guys want to be able to converse with us while we're talking, we're going quick. You see how the conversation goes, even in the chat. If sometimes we miss you, we don't have to miss you if you go ahead and use that Super Chat. Use Super Chat. It helps the support. That's what that S is for. Click on the S for support. You'll support us to make sure that we keep giving you great TV. So that's what we're looking to do. I'm sorry, I had to go ahead and hold on to that. But, I mean, I love it, and she did point out the whole thing, and Sarah even puts in her notes, she didn't want to be an absentee landlord.
Yeah.
She wants to actually be part of Catco as far as the newspaper.
Yeah, especially for the fact that she just she dove straight into this, and not because it's something she's interested or because she wanted to screw that guy over. No. She did this because of her best friend.
Yep.
She's doing her a favor, and she even puts her own best friend on blast when she's like, hey, why do you think I did this?
Yeah.
It's like, you're acting this way towards, I don't want to pull this boss card on you, but hey, why do you think I bought this company? Not because I'm all of a sudden interested in media.
Nope.
No. I'm here and trying to get all this stuff together for you.
Seriously.
Because your dream is to be a reporter. So guess what? I bought your job to make sure you become a good reporter.
That is something that a really good best friend does.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad Joe and I are best friends, because I would not have a job here if it wasn't for Joe. So, shout out to Joe for that. Anyway, big up, shout out to Joe. But besides that,
you gotta know something on your mustache, man. You gotta know something on your mustache.
I'm sorry. He's Tony Stark, I'm Rhodey. Oh, God, it's everywhere. Oh, God. All right, anyway. I love you, Joe.
We love you, Joe.
So anyway, he's probably drinking somewhere. I can say anything. He's not watching.
Some awesome press thing, yeah.
Oh my God, that's right.
So I was drinking with the cast of Ragnarok.
Oh, were you? Wow,
Yes.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Guess what?
amazing. What?
I got a spoiler.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, okay, great.
You're going to have to wait for our next exclusive.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, well, I can't even know because I'm behind the scenes. You want?
No.
Oh, okay.
You got to wait
right.
to our exclusive, too.
Oh, man. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm going to drink this $500 bottle of scotch.
Then you wait for the bottle to be done. Then you ask him about the spoiler, and then he gives it to you. Yeah, that's how I've gotten stuff out of him. I wait till he gets nice and drunk and be like, "Hey, so remember that spoiler? So what was it?"
All right, so right off the bat, you're like, "Oh, great."
So Thor hits the window, and like, yeah, that's how it works.
He's really a woman. What? No.
So, where are we now?
So well, Cat Grant, once again, like we said, we do admire her. We love the fact that they do from Cat, they give us a new, a strong female, which is it Lena? It's Lena, right? Yeah, Lena Luthor. And it's great because she doesn't have to follow the same stereotype that her family does. Like, like she said, on the first day, what we usually do, like first day of school, what we did was hire a private investigator to make sure that they had their credentials up right. That's not what she's doing here. And she's not looking to take over. And that was something that, what's his name was concerned with?
James.
Jimmy, yeah. Jimmy was so worried about that. James, he does like to go by James.
But it was weird the way she came in. It's like, I even thought was like, man, shit, is James gonna lose his job?
Yeah, right.
Because the way she came in, it was more like, hey, I'm here, I want to learn, I don't want to be useless, I don't want to just own it and do nothing. It's like but she did it in a positive way. But James was like, I am not up to date on what's going on. Shit, am I gonna lose my job? Remember, I was here for a whole year. I busted my ass. It's like you're now kind of shoving me out,
right?
But she was like, I'm not trying to do that.
No,
it's like
she's like, no. What
I just didn't think you
would.
I was like, I just didn't want you to babysit me. And he's like,
and he said, you think I want to be a chaperone? Like, I love that but that back and forth, Sarah even
she caught that too, and I was like,
I did.
And the thing is, I'll be okay with it.
Oh, I would love it.
It'll be awesome. Like, she goes and she's like, hey, so James, like I used to have a crush on. I kind of have a crush on him now. Is it okay? She's like, yeah, go for it. My boyfriend's dead. It's like, I got my own issues to worry about. You go, have fun.
I got issues. You got them too. Oh my God. But no, she's so fine.
She's great.
I'm sorry.
I love how you're still stuck.
About her.
Like, the thing is like, you're kind of still stuck. It's like, what she is a Luthor fundamentally, but like adopted though, but still she could turn. Will she turn? I hope she doesn't turn.
See, I think the evil is in the blood, and she doesn't have the blood, so I think she's fine.
And that's what we're hoping. That's what we're hoping for. But they keep making that highlight. It's like, in the end, she's still a Luthor.
You gotta worry about it.
So that's where we're constantly worried.
And now with another character that we want to go ahead and focus on.
And that's the thing. Since Lena is now here working on Catco, who's gonna take her seat? And guess who that new hire is?
Oh yeah,
that new hire is Samantha, who is going to play Rain.
Yes. Now, Rain, we already talked about before. She is a world destroyer, or world killer, something like that.
But she's also this amazing single mother.
She is actually
amazing single mother.
And what I gotta say about Supergirl is such a girl power show. And they have taken the thing where they're like, yeah, what's wrong with saying girl power? Yeah, because a lot of people go crazy over that. And they're like, well, what about women? And it's like, Cat Grant had a great speech about that long ago, so I'm not even going to address it. If you guys don't know, go ahead and watch the show. But I love it. It's so strong on the girl power thing, and it's not overly abrasive. It doesn't hit me over the head where it gets annoying, where I'm like, oh god, really, guys, I get it already. No, they do it in different ways.
It was like that during the first season.
It was, but they had to do that because it was like, we're the only female show in Boys Town, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so we got to do something. Now they've been established and people do like the show. It's, once again, it's our favorite. It's our second favorite, like, DC on CW show. Flash #1. All right, but still, nonetheless, this is really good. And I love the fact that, well, like you said, she's a strong single mother. And you see her have to go through being a single mother, dealing with a lot, right? Like, and her daughter, oh, Lord, I would punch her daughter in the face. I swear I would, because her daughter is kind of very, very annoying.
Like,
very annoying. Why did she do that?
Like, why are you so obsessed?
Why would you
with the fact of your mom being a hero? It's like,
P.S. It's your mom that's a hero. You're not a hero.
Yeah,
deal with it.
We don't like. I know she brought up the point that she's like, well, if you're a hero, you get to stay home more. That's a fucking lie.
That's a lie. Actually, if you're a hero, I'm working a whole lot more.
Yes.
In fact, you won't exist if I happen to be a hero, because someone will find out that I'm a hero and they'll kill you.
Yeah. Or she would have to ship her daughter to another fucking country just to keep her safe.
Just to keep you safe. That's it. And deny the fact that she's your mother.
But the thing is, she's young. She doesn't understand. She doesn't realize. But still, it's like, this little girl, why obsess so much? Because you should be more worried about your mom's safety, and especially your own, to the point that she will run up against danger.
Dude.
And almost got crushed by, what was it?
A wrecking ball.
Wrecking ball, yeah. A wrecking ball.
Let's not sugarcoat it, guys. That wrecking ball was coming through, knocking things over and everything. I mean, you saw it knock a car, fly over, you saw it hit buildings, and they were like, it's going to destroy so many city blocks because it had room to go. And who would show up and think that I'm just going to jump in the middle of this and this will make my mother save me because my mom believes it's the adrenaline. Well, adrenaline will run if I look like I'm about to die. That's exactly what she did. So she runs up, and then I thought she was going to be right, too. I thought, like, she'd, oh, my God, and then it would break on her arm or something, you know?
It might have.
It could have, but Supergirl came in at the right moment and was like, stupid civilians. And then moved the thing out the way. I mean, at that moment, I would be upset. If I was Supergirl, I'd be kind of pissed. Like, come on, really?
She didn't know the context. She didn't know the context of what was going on.
She didn't know.
Yeah.
But, so, Supergirl did save him, but God, man, I felt sorry for Rain. Because, like, you know what? I'm really trying to hide the fact that I have these powers. And here goes my kid blabbing it off.
These powers.
She knows she has them. Well, at the end,
Because they're still sticking to the whole idea. She's sticking to the idea that it was all adrenaline.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, even if she does have powers or not, that was adrenaline that activated.
That was. And that's a good thing about it. Since it was adrenaline, it didn't work later at the end when she tried to bend that crowbar. It was like, well, okay, then I knew. Yeah. That was it. And I don't disagree with it. I do love it. I do love it.
So after all that drama, Supergirl finally goes up against Sai again.
Yes, and after
gets
the whole
real dose of fear, and she starts realizing she's scared that Mon-El might be dead.
Exactly, because I was thinking to myself, like, okay, your fear is something that already happened that you survived. Get over it then. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But it was deeper, and that's what I liked. And it was like, no. It's Mon-El that I feel and I did it. So I get it.
Because every time that one of them got shoved in that pod, something terrible happened.
Superman, something bad happened to
Mon-El. And then Mon-El was getting shoved into this pod for the second time and being shipped off from a planet that he almost died from.
Yes.
So it's like she has fear that he is gone because she hasn't heard anything from him. She's scared. But that's when her friend comes along, her sister also, and kind of really knocks her out of it.
Yeah,
gives
her the whole speech
over her fear.
Get over it, and pull up your boots and kick some butt and all that stuff. And you're strong, and I believe in you, and we're family, and all the stuff that somebody needs to be told so they know they can do something right. That's exactly what happened, and she did what's right. She went ahead and she stomped a mud hole, and she won. And Sai is now in some super meta prison
to make sure there's no powers. Like, she can't use her powers in there.
Exactly. So whatever. I did like what I did like at the very beginning of the episode, and they also did it at the end, was showing everyone's kind of personal life and making sure they showed that comparison of how a lot of people just seemed happy because they had someone.
Yeah.
And it let them know that, okay, it doesn't always have to be a romantic connection, but it can just be a connection. People need people. And that's the thing they were trying to drive home, showing that, okay, also, she needs someone. And even though if it's not Monel, it can be her team, which is her family now.
Yeah.
And how she needs them to actually be Supergirl, which is the message they gave us last week, and they keep driving it home. Yeah. So, like we saw her sister with her fiance, and how happy and great they were.
Well, yeah.
We saw Rain with her daughter.
But the thing is like even Carlos brought it up a little bit in chat. It's I'm getting this feel like things are getting really bumpy in their relationship when it's starting to get to the precipice of their marriage.
True.
Things are kind of getting bumpy and it's gonna get worse.
See,
and they've already made it past a big hurdle when there was that big conflict in the end of the last season.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling like that they might break up. That there's no winning gonna happen. That they might break up, and he said that he heard that they are gonna.
I've heard that, and I'm upset with it. That was the thing, because I was like, I don't like that idea where it's like, just let her be happy.
No,
I mean, these two are pretty good to actually be together.
No,
why not?
Not that I have anything against them. It's just not fucked up, but I believe that a superhero's life cannot be perfect and happy in any way.
Well, a superhero's no, but her sister.
Her sister's involved in that life. She might not be super, but she is part of that vigilante school circle.
She's part of the superhero team.
She's there's no real happiness involved there. It's nothing stays that perfect. We've seen it every time. I love the fact how Peter Parker and Mary Jane were such a great power couple, and I loved how when they got married and they lived together that she would take care of him, but it didn't last, and things went bad on a perfect relationship. It happens with every superhero.
Well, see, it happens with your protagonist of anything. If you start off with the protagonist single, you're going to end with the protagonist single. You can't actually end with them together because it never works out well. Yeah. Where it's like, because they have so much other stuff to deal with, there's always going to be that other stuff that takes precedent, or it's going to be more important than the actual relationship.
And then what happens is that if for some reason that relationship sticks around and it actually lasts and makes a hurdle, and they probably even get married,
that person's gonna
there's
die.
A flag. That person's going to die.
Yeah.
And that's usually what happens. It's like they need that constant like conflict and drama in every kind of show. So I have a good feeling that they're not going to marry. Same thing with Iris and Barry. Like, I have a feeling that's just something's going to stop that wedding.
Ugh, that sucks.
Something's going to stop that wedding.
She deserves,
and especially as soon as they said that it was going to be during the crossover, I was like, oh fuck, that shit ain't going to happen.
She deserves happiness. I like her as a person on the show. I don't know. I would love it, but I mean, hey, things happen.
We're talking about her sister, right?
Yeah.
I forgot her name. Crap. What did I keep for your Churcheroni.
Oh, we're gonna get to the Churcheroni moment coming up very soon.
Well, no. Me saying facts that heroes don't have a happy life.
Heroes don't deserve happiness.
No, not that they don't deserve. It's just that they can't.
That's what you're saying.
It's just they can't.
No, you're saying they don't deserve happiness.
Well, they gotta give it up so they can be heroes.
They're too selfish.
Selfish?
They're too selfish.
Oh, they're too selfish.
We'll talk about that when it comes to the Flash. But that's true. It's true. Yep. Heroes can't get happiness, and some heroes just don't deserve it. Oh God, we gotta get the Flash soon. Okay,
this
so
glitch won't go away. This jumpiness won't go away.
I hate that. I see it. Getting ready to get clear, get good, and we'll be good soon in just a second.
No, it's not going away.
Nope.
Internet connection's fine. I don't know why.
All right, is the glitch good? No? All right.
It goes away and comes back.
All right.
But anyway, so are we...
So
we have the cliffhanger.
The cliffhanger, the button scene. So we have Martian Manhunter sitting there, sitting at the bar, and then McGann shows up and tells him he needs to go to Mars.
Oh,
so
shit.
He's like, "What? Like, huh?
We're going to Mars."
Yeah. So we're going to Mars. And then in the preview for next week, we see
they go to Mars.
Him, Kara, and then they meet, out of all the people, his son. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm already like, okay. What do you mean his son?
First thing, are you a white Martian?
Yeah, are you a white Martian? Yeah, exactly.
It's like, dude, no. Remember, you're okay with white Martians.
Yeah, you're okay with white Martian. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
Who the hell are you? Right? Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
I can see him. He's like, are you a white Martian? We're okay with them now. They're okay. They're okay. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my father talking. Oh boy, I am not that kind of person. Everyone is okay to me. It's all right.
I live with a white Martian.
I live with a white Martian. Some of my best friends are white Martians. I know. I want to hear that line. I want to hear that line from, but not him as the Martian Manhunter. I want to hear it from
as John.
Yeah, where it's like the black. Here goes John, the black guy, and he's like, "It's okay, it's all right. Hey, some of my best friends are white Martians. Okay, all right. Some of my best friends are white Martians." You're like, yes. It's like a Blackish moment. It'll be so good. But moving on, the freaking Flash. Let's get to it.
Boom.
Get right into this. All right.
There you go. There's your intro.
There we go. That was it. So, talk about the best show on the CW right now, in my opinion, besides Riverdale. But anyway.
That's everybody's
best DC on CW is The Flash.
Hands down. That's why we save it to the end to keep all you guys around.
Now, first off, before we even get with anything, I gotta ask about Wally's hair.
You know, I'm okay with it.
There's a photo. There's a photo.
There's a photo here.
There's a photo.
We're gonna talk about his hair.
Can you find his hair?
Guess we're talking. Did she send us?
I don't know. I think she did because she was. That's the first thing Sarah even said. Sarah was like, "What's up with Wally's hair?"
There it is.
I'm not okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, you know what? This is the thing. Okay, I'm gonna say this.
He can do whatever he wants with his hair.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. This is where everyone's gonna be upset with me. Maybe I'm creating the Church of Daniel. I don't know, but I'm gonna say this right off the bat. Okay.
He can wear whatever he wants.
He is such a great actor. He is so versatile, right? The moment he says, "You know what?
I'll get to Iris. You hold on."
He says, "Forget everything," and comes out and says, "Hey guys, I'm bi." He gets to do anything he wants because honestly, as a producer, as like a talent coordinator, as wardrobe and everything, you leave for a season, you come back with a completely different kind of hairstyle. When it comes for the aesthetic of the suit, that hair is not supposed to be in that suit. It looks weird.
It's cushioning.
No, it was cushioning before when he had like hair like, natural or whatever like that, and he had a little S curl. That was fine. But dude, you went ahead and went full on perm. P.S. I promise you, wardrobe is looking like I effing hate this guy now. I effing hate this guy.
It's like Spider-Man 3 all over again.
It is like Spider-Man 3, like seriously. And it's like, oh God, I can't stand it. I don't know what he did with his hair, but I'm just telling you right now, I'm about to take away a superhero card.
You get what I'm saying? You know what? Like I said, I'm okay with it. You can do whatever the hell you want with your hair. It's not that terrible. It just sticks out.
I don't like it in the suit. I like it outside the suit. Outside the suit, when he's just regular Wally,
different.
It looks good. It looks good.
It's...
But I don't like that hair in the suit because, it has that whole opening thing. Your hair should not be like that with the opening. It looked better with the...
He probably wears a do-rag.
He probably has to now. You get a perm. A brother gets a perm, definitely he's wearing a do-rag. A brother goes bald, definitely he wears a do-rag.
That's how it works. Let's forget about his hair and move on. All right.
Okay, fine.
His hair is fine. Don't just leave that shit alone.
One cool thing which I love, they kept mentioning Game of Thrones. That was cool. No pictures for it because he was just talking about Game of Thrones. But that was so cool when he was sitting there watching TV like in fast.
Yeah, he was like, I'm catching up to all these seasons and all these TVs. And like just a millionth of a second of everything.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh my God, Jon Snow's dead. Oh my God, Jon Snow's alive." Like spoilers. Like,
but the way his mood changed, he was like, "Oh, Jon Snow is dead. Oh, he's alive again."
And I was like, "But you notice there was no sound?
No.
So he's reading lips and watching it at the same time. Like Barry is effing amazing.
Really?
Come on, that had to be the case, right? I didn't see any subtitles.
Fuck, you're right.
So that's how great Barry is.
That or you just don't need audio for most of it.
Oh yeah.
The way that you skip through shows.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm really good at that. Really good at that. You can kind of fill in everything, especially. Oh man, come on. What was a Green Arrow moment? I didn't see a Green Arrow moment. Sarah.
I think they mentioned something about the arrow on the TV thing.
Yeah, they did.
They mentioned something about it.
Yeah, whatever. That was just as fleeting. I didn't care.
What else?
Oh, well, one thing I got to point out, like Barry and his whole situation, like he thinks he can handle everything.
Are we talking about that?
We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about, well, Barry thinks he can handle everything. He's like, he knows he's been gone for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then when he's chasing and goes down the street, that moment where it was like
with the super magical wrench.
Yes,
I posted that shit on Twitter. One wrench to take apart all cars. He picked up one wrench, and that wrench was all he needed to take apart this car.
Take apart an entire car. But you have to think about it. With the speed, he has a level of torque on anything that's like boom, boom, boom.
There are certain things on that car that don't you think you need a different size wrench?
Well, that's the thing. I thought maybe he had one of the wrenches. I thought where you can adjust. He didn't. He had a regular hand like. Not every nut and bolt is going to fit, especially on a car. Like that? No way. Automatically, that car was more than 4 cylinders, which means he needed a different different one automatically to take off the manifold and everything. I know a little bit about cars. And he had to go ahead and take that for the engine. Oh, no way. But whatever. We're going to allow it to happen. Because why? It's TV.
Yeah, it's TV. So the reason...
Bullshit.
So the reason that happened is... before the 6 months, Barry had a system. He knew the town. This was his life, his hero, his town. So he knew what to do. But now 6 months have passed. There's been small changes here and there, but they can be drastic in a situation like this. So when it came to the car, she says, make a left. No, I'll make a right. I'll just shove him to the right. She's like, no, Barry, don't do that. Of course he wasn't listening because he thought he was a know-it-all. Sarah's calling him a know-it-all.
Oh,
the thing is,
before that though, I do have to mention because I did hear you do the da-na-na. Okay, I'm sorry guys, just for a moment, we're jumping back.
Yeah. The risky business moment.
Come on, that was
nobody does it better than Macaulay Culkin.
Yes.
Nobody does it better than Macaulay Culkin.
Besides Tom Cruise.
I don't know.
But
Macaulay Culkin.
You don't know. Tom Cruise started. That was a
but Macaulay Culkin was cuter. He was a little kid. And it was during one of the most iconic movies in history.
But I mean, you look at Macaulay Culkin now. He's like Gollum. He looks just like.
I don't know. He actually looks better.
What?
He cleaned up.
I saw him on Jim Gaffigan's show.
Didn't he clean up? He cleaned up.
He still looks really weird and scary to me, man.
Did you ever watch that YouTube video?
Which one?
The one that he made during his the one with the car theft and
I don't. It just really looks like he's on coke all the time. Like literally, he just wakes up like he's in a mountain of coke. Okay,
let's get back into
all right. Anyway,
mountain of coke.
I don't know. He's like, hey, where are you? No, I just came down a valley of. He's in the valley from a mountain of coke. Anyway, all right. So back to the show. Before we get to the Barry and Iris, because we're gonna have a big discussion concerning Barry and Iris. Like I said, I feel that he's kind of selfish, but we'll move on. Cisco is now the weird kind of tech genius, and that's kind of interesting because we had Wells before, who was like uber tech guy, and then Wells left, and we saw Cisco building up to be what he is right now, which is the tech expert. Because now we need to depend on someone, and why not depend on Cisco? Cisco has the brain for it. So it's kind of good to see Cisco get into his groove of being the tech expert, just like how Ernie got into the groove of being a producer here. It's like that. It's just like that. Like, oh, I know what's happening. I can get it done. And that's what he does. Right? Yeah. And I love to see it. And I'm proud of Cisco for it. I mean, Cisco is probably one of the dopest people in the world.
He's awesome, and you know what? He deserves that amazing girlfriend of his. Are we gonna talk about that?
Can we talk about that? That's what I was leading into.
This was the most awesome. Like, okay, let's start off with the fact that there's that scene that Sarah kept pushing me to put up there, but this was a moment when Iris was the badass, and that was when the gate opens and they jump into action.
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh shit, something's coming."
Oh yeah, and literally, like the gate opens, and then we see the gate. We go to the scene where they come through the hallway.
Yeah.
They come through the doorway, and who is packing, ready to handle things?
Yeah, right there.
But Iris
with a gun,
like,
and they're like, it was like, "Who do you think?"
Somebody's coming through.
Yeah, and they were like, "Whoever comes through, we're gonna blast."
Yeah,
it.
she was ready. Like, she was ready. And it kind of lets us know that, well, the coolest thing about it is that she was handling business. But the coolest thing is who came through the portal. And that's what we're going to talk about right after the super chat, which leads to it. Which, from Larry Newble, hashtag Cisco and Gypsy. We got the hearts coming through because it's so true. And I love how you did a blue and a red heart because remember their polarity. His is blue, hers is red when she does the thing. So I love that. That's bravo. Bravo. And that's a cool super chat. Now, the thing is, they are possibly the best couple in DCCW right now.
The whole the conversation stuck in my head. He walks up and he's like, hey, yo, put your guns down, And she's like, what are you doing? It's like, we would have hurt you. And she's like, no, I'm not protecting her.
Yeah,
I'm protecting you guys. She would have pulverized you.
Yeah, right.
She's like, yeah, I would have.
The thing is, she would have. She would have. Remember, she is like a dimension hopping bounty hunter top thing.
A dimension.
She would kill you. It would have been like, all right, we're gonna fire her before they even got a shot off. She would have like, and just crushed them down to the floor.
Bro,
that would have been it.
She's that good.
Yeah, and I love the fact that she is that good.
And he was like, oh, it's so cute. He's trying to protect Gypsy. That's cute. And I was like, no, I was protecting you guys. Like, he's confident that I got the baddest girl as my girlfriend.
Oh my god!
But and like, even though she is such a badass, though, she still has a very soft side, which he is bringing out in her. Dude, the scene with the scene with the magazine, like, oh, baby.
Oh, that was
she's
so
like,
good.
what is going on in here? He's like, don't worry, it's like. It's the center space of like motherboard of the month. Yeah, look, they don't make him like that anymore.
And she goes, yeah, I wish it was a girl now.
I wish it was a girl.
Yeah. I love everything about her. She is beautiful. She is smart. She is funny.
Strong, badass.
She is the best thing about Cisco. Only because Cisco's there, she gets to show up a lot, and that's like, I know when I see Cisco, hopefully I'm going to see her, and that's all I really want to see.
So yeah, and that's the
Gypsy,
thing.
I love you, Gypsy.
Cisco's such an awesome guy. He's bringing out this side of her that she has not ever expressed in a long time since like her brother died. Like, it was her brother that died, right?
Yep.
So now she's Smoopies. They probably I haven't heard that in like years.
Yeah, I know, man. I was like,
make me feel schmoopy. So she wanted basically to spend that day with him, which is I guess their Earth, which is like Valentine's Day.
Yep.
But they call it 111 Day, which is
dope. I love
one person and another one person get together to become another one person.
To become one. I need someone like I never needed love before. Okay, anyway. That's it. Spice Girls, guys. Check it out. Anyway, but yeah. So 111. I get it.
But it sucks though, because like he really does care about her.
Yeah.
But he's stuck in that situation where it's like, I need to give her attention, but then again, the city's in fucking peril. Yeah. It's like people are gonna get hurt, but I need to spend time with her. I need to do this. That's the whole thing about superhero things, or just being a hero. You can't be happy. It's hard. It's difficult. Sometimes it works, and if it does, it usually leads to disaster. So I hope this goes good, but chances are it's not, and that's gonna suck.
Really?
I love this couple so much.
I think they're the ones that will make it because
it's not.
We have to worry about, Barry and Iris. So I'm thinking that because...
It's not.
Come on.
It's not. Something's going to happen and she's going to skip dimensions. I hate it.
Okay. Well, speaking about other things that are dying and, killing my dreams and hopes, let's talk about Kilgore.
Oh, shit.
So, the villain for this episode was Kilgore. Now, a lot of people may recognize him from some Disney shows because he was on a lot of Disney stuff. He was on the Smart Kid show, whatever, with China McClain or whatever, and some other stuff. Ant Farm. And then a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, Kilgore, I was shocked. He is a very good character actor. I don't know if he's British or not, because I've seen him in other stuff as British. I've seen him in other stuff as not British. I've seen him in stuff as Welsh. I don't know, but I did Kilgore. And the thing is about him, he's a meta. So when he hacks a system, it's not just a simple hacking. It almost replicates what a biological virus would be. And that was dope
because they saw that DNA strand.
Exactly.
when they were trying to encrypt it. They're like, "Oh, this is encryption." Not really.
Man.
It's like a DNA strand.
Yeah, and it was dope because he infects the system like a virus would do. And by doing that, he ends up able to do whatever he wants to do as far as making things happen. Now, Kilgore's whole thing was that he wanted to, well, kill the people that wronged him and stole his technology. It's a little bit different from the comic version.
Way different. I mean, especially
Kilgore, yeah.
he wasn't a human, right?
Nope, he was a sentient computer virus.
Who looked absolutely badass, by the way.
Of alien origin, which sounds like he may have actually came as an offspring from, which some people kind of hinted at, but we don't know for sure. Possibly came as a virus from something that Brainiac may have made. That's what a lot of people said, but they hint to it sometimes in the comic, but they didn't confirm it, so I'm not going to confirm it either. But that is Kilgore, and that's kind of interesting because if you think about it, Vision was a virus in Marvel from Ultron, which would be kind of like Brainiac. You see how that works? Like it's... No?
Wait, you said Vision's a virus? Or
Vision is essentially, if you remember on that, with on Marvel, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Vision was pretty much a... Well,
not Vision.
No.
Ultron was the virus.
That's right.
Vision was was supposed to be...
Jarvis. Yeah,
there
and
you
then
go.
he got... and then he melded...
So an AI and a virus.
Exactly.
Two different things.
But Brainiac would be an AI, and then
so he's supposed to be DC's version of Ultron.
Pretty much.
But
then again, you can kind of because Brainiac isn't solely a.
Still though, Kilgore sounds like a dope name.
Kilgore does,
especially because like it's not an O, it's a percentage sign.
I love that, and that was pretty dope.
And like when I first saw it, I was like, I wanted to say Kilgrave because I saw the purple and it stuck in my head, and I was like, wrong universe.
Right,
but I was like Kilgore, and then they say Kilgore. I was like, all right, that threw me off for a second. I thought that was an A or a V, and I was like, wait, that's too many letters.
Or an S.
An S.
But see, my thing is, I want to see Kilgore versus Cyborg. Because Kilgore in the comics, like I said, in a sentient computer virus, and Cyborg can hack almost any computer system, blah, blah, yada, yada. How would they actually interact? Would there be an issue? But moving on from that, Kilgore definitely wanted to go ahead and kill the people that ruined him. Now, it's interesting because how he is a meta was still a question that they didn't really answer. We're jumping around here, but we're dissecting Kilgore.
So he's trying to hint that he might be a meta, but
they
didn't say.
He said yes, he's a meta, but the thing is, he didn't get it from the explosion. The explosion.
So he's not a regular meta that was caused by that explosion, but from a different one. So somehow he was created in a different fashion.
Exactly, which we'll get to in just a bit. We'll run to it.
Yes.
But from there, speaking of things that are still dying, it sounds like the relationship of Barry and Iris are dying, and I have to say congratulations to Ernie.
We're about to jump into this, are we? All right. So here comes Church of Ernie, and I'm about to.
Oh boy!
So I'm taking this over. Right?
You know, I feel like I have to use the restroom.
All right. So
we're gonna listen to Ernie while I take a leak. I'm gonna actually do this. Church of Ernie.
All right. So let's jump into.
Church of Ernie.
So. I don't blame Iris. Yes, it's been 6 long months since Barry completely abandoned her. And don't want to say it harshly abandoned her, but it pretty much, that's how she feels, like she completely got abandoned. And it's been 6 months and she's been forced into this position of leadership where she had to become stronger. Hooray, great. Finally, you're not useless. Thank you. You're actually being a benefit to this team now. But now you're being just like Barry, a complete know-it-all. When you understand that your boyfriend is also a know-it-all. So, and also he's been stuck in the Speed Force in this big gap of 6 months that are just not there in any way. So she could be at least a little bit more considerate and also maybe get over the fact that he had to leave. She was upset that he abandoned her because he had to go into the Speed Force. But if he didn't, the city would have fucking blown up. And then what? Not leave because you want to be like it. Don't be as selfish as him. Don't be him. We already have one huge selfish, arrogant hero in the middle. But the thing is, he's risking his life there, putting on the cowl and running around and trying to save people. And he has a lot on his plate. I'm not saying that she should be more supportive, which she should be. But I mean, at least kind of assess that you need to know how to handle your boyfriend. And I think, honestly, first step, I believe in counseling. And you know what? That advice, golden. It was great that they went to counseling because that's how they were able to work their issues out.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm starting to like this new address, like Iris, a little bit more for the fact that, yes, you're becoming stronger. You're being beneficial, yes. But now you're gaining a whole new set of flaws. But you know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But the thing is, if you push it a little bit too much, you're gonna get Barry to hit you, because you guys are already bumping heads at work, and you're working together. And the thing is, I strongly believe that work relationships don't work very well.
You don't dip your pen in the company ink.
But then again, they were in a relationship before that.
Well, very true.
But still, though, it's
you don't. There's an Italian phrase which is "no fare la mierda dove mangia," and that means don't shit where you eat. I can say shit, it's PG-13. Don't shit where you eat. And that's something that Barry is experiencing now. He's getting that problem.
Oh my God.
He's getting that problem now where it's like, okay, he sees that, he has to deal with that. Yeah. And it's very true.
You might want to read that.
Let me see, where?
I think that note's for you.
How unprofessional of Daniel to leave? Yeah, you're right. It was unprofessional. I'm glad you're not here to watch the show and actually tell me that person. So, anyway, it's my show. So, with that being the case, Ernie, go ahead and please tell me exactly why you think Iris is. Does it sound like Iris is winning you over?
Not exactly. It's I'm not as resentful towards her anymore. I mean, I still want to see her die just because not because I dislike her. I want to see her die because that's just going to progress the story in a fashion that it's going to excel Barry to be the fastest man, the strongest of the heroes. Like, just like I hate to say it, it's like in Spider-Man when I loved Gwen Stacy, but when she died, Spider-Man became my Spider-Man. He went through this trial of torture and emotional, he broke down. He hit rock bottom, but then he picked himself up and became a better version of Spider-Man that I've ever seen. And he's my favorite hero. Okay. And I want to see that in Barry, but sometimes a sacrifice is needed. And I would love that to be Iris. And not for the fact that I dislike her. It's just, she is... Relationships don't last in superhero verse. It's just in hero verse. It just doesn't. And to see her die is just gonna make Barry so much stronger and better.
The thing is, one, I feel Iris is important to Barry because the thing is, she pointed out something that Barry didn't take the time to really realize, which is the Flash isn't just him. Even though, yes, he does put on the cowl. It's the whole Kobe thing where it's like, you're not in the court shooting with me, blah, blah. I get it. But the thing is, while he was gone, she was still part of Team Flash. To make sure things were still being safe within the city. She became stronger by herself. But she pointed out something big, which was, you still left me. We could have tried to work and figure out a way for everything to be good, but what did you do? You still left me. And it was just like, we could have worked on this. You could have figured out another way. But you chose to take the easiest way out and say, okay, well, this will save the world. I'm just going to go ahead and go along with the Speed Force. You can think at the speed of light. You can think at the speed of light. And if you're that smart, there had to be a way for you to figure something out. Cisco did it without thinking at the speed of light, and it took him 6 months to figure it out. You could have probably put your head together and figured that out in that moment.
He's not that smart as Cisco.
He could be though.
And
Barry can study, learn quick, and retain it.
And then also Cisco had help to be able to put that stuff together.
At the moment to physically put it together, but theoretically, the science behind it, Cisco did.
There was lightning bolts outside destroying the city. It's the Speed Force.
At the speed of light.
And remember, it's why. Okay, the Speed Force is
try. The thing is, try. Why didn't you try? You didn't. You immediately said, "Well, this is the only answer." Is that the only answer?
But look at this. This is the way.
Push my brother in. That would have been the answer. No one wants Wally. Push him in.
But
he has that horrible hair. Get him in there.
That's the thing, though. They would have had to end up being that. It's either him or Wally.
That's true.
But the thing is, he sees his mother, and it's the Speed Force telling him, We need you. And the thing is, the Speed Force in this universe, to Barry, the Speed Force is basically God.
Yeah.
You do not go against God. This Speed Force is what gave him his powers. It's what's controlling the situation. It's what held him deal with all the other speedsters.
But again, and the question is, why does the Speed Force even need to have this rule? If you created the rule, you can change.
No. This flaw, this imbalance was created by Barry.
Well, very
It was
true.
created.
And
so who else to balance it out?
And it was created by Barry being what?
The speedster.
No, being selfish.
Now, okay. Now we don't know the exact. so we know that this prison was created to stop Savitar.
Mm-hmm. Which Savitar was created because Barry in that other reality was being selfish. Made multiples of himself to do this, to do that. So it's always due to Barry, due to Barry.
So then it only makes sense, right? That Barry should be the one to go back into the Speed Force and spend those 6 months.
Well, and that was the one moment where Barry chose not to be selfish. Where Barry says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice myself.
Which is great.
Once again, like you said, the sacrifice that's needed. Yes, I get that. But the thing is, now when Barry is back, he needs to stop and take time to realize that he isn't the perfect know-it-all. Yes, I am flawed. Yes, I need to be able to work on things. And if you think that you can have a relationship, then you need to take the time to work in that relationship, as well as work at being the Flash. Iris needs to take the time to understand that, unfortunately, since he is the Flash, he's going to have to take that time to work on you and still work on being the Flash. So he's not going to be able to go ahead and give you 100% of his time, but he'll give you 100% of the time when he is with you. That 50% has to equal 100 for you personally. That's my issue with Iris. Iris needs to stop being selfish herself. Barry needs to learn to actually say, and actually speak up and say, you know what, Iris? I am only one man, even though I am the Flash. So you need to understand that I'm splitting my life in half. One side is going to be the Flash. The other side is going to be Barry, your fiance. That's what needs to happen.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's the problem.
I'm saying she's becoming just like him. We already have one selfish, like know-it-all brat already in the story, and you becoming just like him is just going to cause a drift and conflict between you and the person you're supposed to be marrying.
Very true.
And the thing is, right now, Barry is currently in what I'm going to just cleverly call a runner's high.
Oh, I like that.
He just got out of the Speed Force.
That's right.
He's like, I got my babe. I am so far the fastest I've ever been. I'm back here. I'm taking care of business. And I got all my friends together. Cisco's happy. Everybody's happy. It's like we're all good. And he's in a runner's high right now.
He is.
The thing is, he's got to bring himself down because he's in a moment where there's stuff in the background happening.
How many live streams does Daniel actually run? I don't know. That's a good question. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? I was in 2 on Thursday. I don't know. I'm doing a lot more than whoever's commenting. But go ahead, what were you saying? Daniel the Dick, bring it. You were saying?
I was hoping you weren't going to see that comment.
Oh no, I knew it was there. I already knew it was there. Go ahead.
Well, like I feel like their relationship's gonna hit something's gonna happen. That wedding's not gonna happen.
Ooh.
I have a feeling something's gonna stop that wedding.
You think so?
Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, just like that. Some shit's gonna happen right as we're getting married.
Something's gonna stop it because the thing is pretty much
it's during a crossover. Come on,
exactly.
That's a flag.
You can't have them get married. That's the thing. Like we talked about earlier in the show, where it's like that. You can't have these two people get married. It's what everyone looked forward to and was pointing towards. If that's the way it works, you can't give your audience that exact thing. If you give them that, your show falls apart. I mean, I'm just saying, if you give them that, you have to break them up. Hence Friends, hence Lost, hence, I mean, you want to go, well, Friends, Rachel, Ross, and then finally they did.
I thought you said Lost. I'm sorry.
No, it did happen in Lost.
Really?
Think about it, Jack and Kate.
Fuck, you're right.
Everybody wanted that, and what happened? Or, not Hurley, what's his name? Penny's boat, blah, blah. He had to die. Derek Monahan. But it's just, once again, what I'm saying is, if you think about all the really great shows where you're like, oh man, I can't wait till these people get together. When they get together, they are the most annoying people ever, and you're waiting for them to break apart. That's what happens in TV. Yeah. And that's exactly what we're going to see. So, that's my opinion.
And the thing is, to go into the whole subject about how they dealt with Kilgrave.
Oh boy.
So, we'll come back to that. Go into the actual part. So, going into the whole Kilgrave part.
Okay, all right. So back on
Kilgore. Why am I saying
Kilgore? Kilgrave because you're thinking, oh my god,
the purple. That purple is in my vision. That's why.
Well, they did show his little logo in kind of like a weird purple. But yeah, so Kilgore.
So Kilgore is at this point trying to kill people who used to be in his team.
Exactly.
Before, because they created a program that made everybody rich except for him.
Yeah.
And so he fights the Flash, and guess what? This awesome new suit that we have, that we're so excited to find out about, I guess it got hacked, and all of a sudden, all those cool stuff that Cisco was like, this would be so amazing having a suit. And all of a sudden, guess what? This was a terrible idea. Why would you put a self-destruct in a suit? Well, I don't know. Didn't we fight an evil Barry before?
But you know what's funny, though? One thing that a lot of people probably didn't pay attention to. Do you know what the protocol was called?
Babel. Babel.
The reason that's called Babel, if anyone pays attention, if you watched, if you know DC, there's a storyline called the Tower of Babel, where Batman's like pretty much contingencies in case every one of the JLA goes bad. He has a contingency plan.
Oh shit!
Remember that became an animated. They did the animated movie.
Yeah,
with, what's his name? I forgot what it was called.
It was called.
It's not War. It was called something Doom.
Doom,
right?
Doom,
right?
Yeah.
If you guys watch that one, that's pretty much where
Doom.
it's based off of the storyline in the comics, and it's called Tower of Babel. And somebody is able to hack Batman's the back computer, and they figure out. Yeah, and they figure out all exactly, and they use it to pretty much stop everyone in the JLA, and it was all his fault, and that's why it's called Babel. So that was genius. That's how they figured out everything, and I loved it. Oh man.
So suit gets hacked, and all of a sudden, all these things, and be like, inflatable suit. No, that was a dumb idea.
Right.
I can't do anything. So it's like he was done. He's like, Flash can't do anything. His suit's completely locked him in. Can't get out. And everybody's like, well, what are you going to do? You're going to blow up? You're going to die? What should you do? And the thing is, her idea was throw a lightning bolt at yourself. And they're like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. It's like that could trigger the self-destruct, and then you're just going to die anyways. And she's like, well, trust me.
Oh, that must be Joe. Sounds kind of petty. Go
ahead. So she's like, you got to trust me. And it's like, but the thing is, you're guessing.
Yeah.
And you're telling somebody to trust your guess when you can probably think of something different to do. Yeah. Instead of throwing a lightning bolt that might just set off the explosion there and then. Yeah. Still killing him. It's going to be a flip of a coin. So at that point, you're kind of being a know-it-all and be like, just trust me. It's going to work. It's going to fire the suit. No, I believe it will probably make it blow up more than actually fry the suit.
That is the thought.
Because you wouldn't think that after Cisco building this suit to be able to sustain, like, stop him from phasing out, from, like, drowning, and then even a self-destruct in case he went evil, you wouldn't think that he'll probably make it Thunderbolt resistant. But for some reason,
it has
hey,
to
a
have
thunderbolt seems logical. Let's hit yourself with thunder and see it
lightning
and it work. Lightning,
but still, nonetheless, it has to.
Sound,
it has to be some level of resistance because I mean, when he starts to run, it builds up. It's lightning that's pretty much like surrounding him, so it has some level of resistance.
But would you think that it would have
on bolt is an issue?
But of its own like his own electricity that he like creates himself, that this suit should be resistant to. Don't you think it should be resistant to its own lightning?
That's what I thought.
That's why I thought that's a terrible idea. But for some reason, it did fry the suit, and I was like, well, that just.
Well, you know the answer.
That just sounds like
TV.
It's because, but logically, I would have been like, if I was in that situation, I'd be like, no, Iris, you're just telling him to kill himself.
Yeah,
because this is a suit that's supposed to be resistant to his own lightning, and you're telling him to shoot himself with his own lightning. Then it's not going to work, and most likely he's just going to kill him and like set off the self-destruct even quicker.
How very true.
But then again, hey, TV, let's make it right.
It is TV.
It was a guess.
So
she went through door number 3. Hey, what happened? I guess door number 3 was it. All right.
She just chose door number 3. You'll never find out what was behind 1 or 2. No. But you know she opened 3, and that's all we're gonna find out.
Yeah, Barry.
So that's it. Moving on.
Moving on, Barry. We're gonna know if we're gonna be okay.
Oh my God. Okay. Very true. Very true. But from there, moving on.
They stopped Kilgore.
It did work. It did work. So, I mean, congratulations. And he got to inject them with the little antivirus thing, turned his ones into zeros, the zeros into ones. That was smart. That's what he did. They explained that's how it was.
He was like, 111. He was like, you're a genius. You're a genius. I love you.
That was so smart, though. That was smart. Because think about it. It would run in a binary code, and we're going to switch the binary code around.
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul. What?
I don't know where that came from.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, yeah, it was Ra's al Ghul. Yeah, on the Tower of Babel. It wasn't, was it?
Oh, the one that hacked the computer?
Yeah. In the Tower of Babel comic, it was Ra's al Ghul.
Not
what's his name? Vandal Savage.
I thought it was somebody else.
In the animated one, it was Vandal Savage.
It was Vandal?
And in the comic, it was Ra's al Ghul.
Rosh?
Yeah. Ra's
Ra's al Ghul is the one from the movie. Ra's al Ghul is the one from the comics.
Thank you. There you go. Ding. So
I learned that the hard way. Yeah.
Did you learn on the red carpet talking to someone, or how'd you learn it? No.
I'm not even gonna talk about it.
Okay, all right.
Man, we ranted for a while in this Flash.
Yeah.
So, what else do we have to say about it before we wrap it up? Oh, our ending scene.
What was our ending scene? It was a thinker and mechanic. The thinker. So, pretty much, he just got to stroke his own ego and say, okay, well, where is the...
They lock up Kilgore.
Where's Kilgore? Yeah.
They lock up Kilgore into this place where it's supposed to be safe, no technology around, but... As he was getting locked away and everybody was leaving, guess what? That security guard had a shifty face on his... I don't trust that face.
I didn't.
It looked like he was up to something because then scene switches.
He's like the warden.
Yeah, and then scene switches and we're here with the mechanic and the thinker. And he's playing this awesome classical piano.
That was so
I
dope.
just learned it right now.
No. What he did, he finished an unfinished composition.
Oh, yes.
That's what he did.
I forgot about that.
God.
Yeah.
Right.
And so he basically leads on and says that there are more. There are more people like Kilgore. I don't know if they're all technology driven or geniuses, but there's more people, and it's starting to say like that Kilgore was, along with other people, were created as metahumans at the same time, and now he's trying to gather them all, or at least find intelligence of where they're all at.
Did you count how many spaces there were?
I want to say there was
3 rows of 4. Yep.
Yeah, 3 rows of 4.
And we already know who 1 is, so now we've got 11 left to figure out exactly who they are. And that means, are we...
It's like anime all over again.
I was going to say, exactly. Are we going to deal with the new meta of the week? Are we going to do that for a bit?
It depends, as long as they're not pathetic like it was last season, where there was some really pathetic ones that should not have been there.
Okay, all right.
Like Magenta, it's like, wait, they put her up like they were gonna build her up for something more, right? And then we never heard from her again.
We never heard from her again. She's gone.
And they built her up like she was supposed to come back again. Never heard
So
from
that
her.
is a concern. Yeah. It's like, well, are we gonna go through that again? But hopefully we don't. But that would still be interesting.
Probably.
It gives us something to watch. So we'll be dealing with that next week. What's happening next week?
What is happening this week?
A girl with great luck creates bad luck all around her.
It sounds like it's going to be a goofy episode.
It does, but the thing is, like, lately when we see the previews versus the actual episode, it's different. Because we saw the preview for this episode, and what they kept spotlighting was the suit. And then they would show that scene where it would fill up. And I was like, oh, God. The show already jumped, is it just jumping the shark? Barry, oh, my goofy suit! But it wasn't that at all. That was just for one moment, and then the episode still went on. So hopefully that will be the case. Even with this preview, they need to start talking to other people to edit the previews better and, cut them better. Maybe that would be.
But they don't want to give away too much, and honestly, it's like last season we saw
hire Josh.
Last season we saw the premiere was like Flashpoint. Then we had the pretty much the cleanup from Flashpoint,
right.
And then we had about 3 more boring episodes. So I'm hoping they don't follow the same formula as last season, because that means that the next episode is going to be boring as shit. And already, most of the CW shows have had bad ratings.
Oh, yeah. Well, the ratings are dropping, and that's something that's a big concern.
All shows, including Flash, no matter how much we love it, there has been some rating drops.
So a lot of people, that's the thing. I think the audience is pretty much telling them, we're tired of seeing the same thing. Make a change. We get it.
How much can you change?
I don't know, but people are getting people are tired of the Speedster villain. Okay, so we're gonna make that change.
And now we gotta
what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna do something to make you happy, but still you're gonna walk away from me. What do you want me to do? I don't know. I'm just saying that's probably how it must feel. People are hard. You can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody,
right? So hopefully the show still at least pleases us and you guys, so you can continue watching it. With that, I guess that's. What do you think for a theory? What do you think's coming up? Big story. What
so we got 3 villains. Well, they're not. They might not be villains, but we're gonna have 11 metahumans that they play a special role when they're all together.
Yeah.
Obviously, because then the Thinker wouldn't be putting them all together.
Exactly.
Now, this Thinker, I'm pretty sure there's more behind him being around. I'm pretty sure he's been around since even before everything.
Yeah.
And he's just been biding his time for something.
Right.
So this should lead to something. And I have a feeling that some of those metahumans that they're going to look for, some of them are going to be on his side, while some of them are going to be on maybe even Barry's side. So,
that's true.
Or some of them might not even want to be involved in any way.
Right.
So, and hopefully we might even know a few of them.
Ooh, you think so?
That'd be perfect to have some people like from past episodes come back. I mean, for example, Magenta. That'd be awesome to have Magenta back.
Yeah, because
because they really did build her up to be something awesome, but then never saw her again. So, or just have some reoccurring. I love seeing reoccurring characters from like past episodes. Just pop
evil gypsy.
We need more gypsy.
Evil gypsy.
An evil gypsy?
I mean, hey, we need an alternate. We haven't seen a real alternate for gypsy. I mean, if the alternate is in a world and she's good in that world, well, there has to be a bad gypsy somewhere.
You know what? I realized something when I was rewatching the last season of Supergirl. Do you know they mentioned that Batman does exist in her universe?
They gave a little drop of it. And she said, I remember how my cousin went with this guy.
He was mass vigilante.
Yeah, exactly.
And it wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. So he does exist. Interesting enough.
He's not.
But we're not going to see him.
I hope. I want to see him.
Is it really Arrow the whole time? Oh, that would be good. But no, still nonetheless, what about a bad gypsy?
No.
You wouldn't be interested in seeing that?
I only want
Cisco having to deal with that?
Because there's only one gypsy for me.
Okay, fine.
No, even better. Bring Patty back.
Oh my God,
Patty's one of the new.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Patty's one of the new.
I was gonna say she is a speedster at some point. So it would be interesting to see Patty. Because when you said it, that's why I laughed. And I was gonna say, what about an evil Patty? Yeah. So
loving you. Oh, please bring her back.
And imagine she gets to give a speed punch to Iris.
She'll kill her. Oh my God, Patty breaks up the wedding. She's the one that breaks up the wedding. Yes.
Oh,
God.
well, okay, so that's what you want. That's what you want. That's
Patty to come back as a speedster and break up the wedding. Yes.
I was thinking just
Yes.
an evil. I was thinking just an evil gypsy, but that I think is now my new thing.
Yeah.
I think we need to see that happen as soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
Evil Patty. Evil Patty. # Evil Patty. Church of Ernie. No?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Wait, not evil. She doesn't have to be evil.
Why not? Oh, you just want her to show up and still just break up the wedding?
Yeah.
Good Patty, you just break up the wedding?
Yeah.
And then he gets back with Patty.
Yeah. Why not?
I like it.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't even have to be a fight. She just shows up and she's like, I'm a speedster too. And he's like, oh, you've always been better.
Speedster
Speedster
6.
Oh,
Speedster 6.
God.
Like you have Wally be like, yo, dude, let me tell you, Speedster 6 from experience. It's dope. It's dope. It's dope. It's the shit, yo. And then he's gonna be like, Speedster 6. I gotta try that later, Iris.
And that's it. And that's how it ends. Right at the altar. Right at the altar. And he just...
That's where the whole season ends.
Oh God, it's the whole show. The whole show ends.
That's
The
it. It's
series
over.
is over.
Just Barry and Patty happy forever as speedsters, humping in the Speed Force.
Where can people follow you if they want to be a disciple in the Church of Ernie?
You want to follow me on Instagram? I do most of my shit talking there.
Okay, all right.
Or on Twitch. I've been streaming a lot.
Okay, well, it's an epic kind of, just mass exodus when it comes to following Ernie, and that's why he's called The Journey. So tell people where they can find you. You got to tell them exactly.
So my handle is _journey, and that goes across all social media platforms. You can find me on Twitch as _journey. Also, I'll be streaming tomorrow night, and then also Saturday, and then next week I'll be streaming every single day for Halloween. I'm gonna be playing all the fears. Fear 1, Fear 2, Fear 3. I'm gonna try to beat all 3 of them before Halloween. So I have 7 days if I start on Monday.
7 days. Okay.
Wait, because Halloween's on Monday, right?
Yeah,
or is it Tuesday?
Is it Tuesday?
I think it's Tuesday. So I have 8 days
Yeah.
to beat all 3 fears.
Okay. You think you'll do it?
Yeah, I think I can do it. I mean, I've beaten them before, so this should be kind of
okay. I mean,
easy.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. I'll say that.
Watch me not be scared. And if I do get scared, you get to record it and make just post it around and be like, hey, look, Biggie, he does get scared.
Oh, God, now he's not going to be scared. I know it. I know it now. That's a given now. All
I
right,
don't
well,
jump.
that makes sense. Well, you can find me here on that hashtag show.
On how many shows? On how many shows? I forgot how many
I
you
don't even
put.
know how many on right now.
Yeah, how many you run? You run a bunch of shows.
I don't
right?
run shows. I'm just on them. I don't run one show at all. I just happen to be on the shows. What am I? You'll find me on the horror show if they need someone to fill in. You'll find me on.
Are you doing the? Are you doing the freaking
anime?
Yeah, you're doing anime at the
chat,
moment. Are you the Ouija board? Are you doing the Ouija board?
Oh, I'm not doing the Ouija board.
You're not doing the Ouija board.
I don't mess with that Ouija board. I mean, it's interesting though, and I don't know. Maybe I'll change my rule. Maybe I'll show up. I don't know. I don't want to, but I'm interested. That's going to be a big thing, actually. You guys are going to really be excited for that. I guess you're the cat out of the bag. For Halloween, we're going to be messing with a Ouija board, guys.
I think they already talked about it.
Yeah, so there you go. You guys already know. So that's something that's big. Be ready for it. The cast has chosen to be there for the hashtag horror. What is it called? It's Brocky, the hashtag horror picture show?
Yes.
There you go. That's what it is. It's a great show. But yeah, find me here on that hashtag show. On Twitter, don't follow me. Just follow at that hashtag show. Trust me, it's worth it because mine is worth nothing.
Oh, so, shit! Real quick.
Okay.
I thought the same thing at the end of the episode, and Carlos just reminded me right now.
Cool.
How the hell did the thinker and the mechanic see the guy inside the cell when there's supposed to be no technology?
I thought that's what you were pointing to when you said how you didn't trust the warden. He had that weird look, and then we pull out and we see that. I thought that's what you were pointing out already. But yeah, clearly he has a camera. That's it. So there is technology.
And Gypsy's dad is going to be a villain for one episode, then be a good person.
Huh.
Damn, what the hell? Carlos, I like Carlos.
Well, yeah.
He gets all this information from me.
He does, especially when it comes to like.
He's also my moderator on Twitch.
Oh, really?
I made him a moderator. He's on my shit. He's on top of things.
Hey, thank you, Carlos. You're a great guy. We like you. But that's it. That's where you can find us. And with that being the case, make sure once again that you like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you haven't yet, check out tpublic.com/thathashtag_show. Really good t-shirts. I mean, guys, unfortunately, there's a whole thing about no shoes, no shirt, no service. At least you'll be able to have a shirt. So you can go right over there to TeePublic and buy that shirt. A lot of them, stuff that you'll love. Trust me, if you happen to be a nerd, a geek, you will love everything there. And they're inexpensive. They're usually priced at $20, and I think we have a sale that's dropping them down to like $14. And check it out. Those sales happen a lot. So you'll be able to just pick up on a bunch of shirts, and you'll love every one of them. Quality's on top. Just choice gear.
Half of the stuff we steal from Daniel's closet.
Pretty much. Because I have a lot of shirts, and they're all coming from TeePublic. That's what I do. So with that being it, we want to say thank you guys for watching. We love talking to you guys about, well, nothing else but DC on the CW. And we hope to see you guys next week.
Yep,
9:30
next week.
Same flash time, same
Hopefully
flash channel.
Sarah will be here next time.
Hopefully.
And
with that, thank you guys. Good night. Make sure to follow, comment, like, and subscribe so you can keep up to date with everything trending.
And geek pop culture.